we get started with the first Gatorade Duel, we see Christopher Martin. He's starting up on the pole, and right beside him is the Sega Cup Season 1 runner-up Barney Ward, who won his 88 back. Now, if you notice in the bottom right corner, there is the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series logo. It will probably be there for the remaining of the season. 21 drivers, and they're all gonna try to go for the win and see where they're gonna start in the Daytona 500. But this is for the odds starting row. Duel number 2 will be for the even starters, as the pace car makes a hard left in the pit road. And we're going green at Daytona. Green flag is back out. We're doing this for 20 laps. And oh man, Christopher Martin, he got a good start. But coming up behind him is Jake Rogers in the 91. I think Barney Ward kind of fell asleep at the wheel a little bit as he draws back to third. He's got a bumper full of Red Bell. Here comes Tim Fogger on the inside. He's being pushed by Brian LaFleur Jr. And here comes the 42 of Ben Ward. As we still head up to the front, it's still all about Christopher Martin in that 33 car. He's running his normal South Point scheme. And I thought I just saw some 3 wide racing in the back. I guess I'm just seeing things. But leading this first lap is going to be Christopher Martin. Christopher Martin will lead the first lap, but Jake Rogers, he's not too far behind. I think I learned everybody's names yet so far. And they're trying to go 3 wide for third. Brian LaFleur and Ben Ward. And oh man, Tim Fogler, he's forced on the high side. Remember Tim Fogler, he had that real bad wreck in the last chance qualifying race. And right behind him is Dylan Young in that retro genuine draft paint scheme for his number 2 car. He ran the fastest time in the final preseason Thunder event, so he's trying to see what he can do as they're going 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide. And oh man, and look at this smile draft right here as we have a new leader, Jake Rogers. But oh man, here comes Scott Bell in the 78. He's being pushed by Ryan Acosta, and I think I just saw a couple cars almost getting turned as Ryan Acosta, he now goes down the middle. He's trying to get the dropping help of Ben Ward. And here comes Jack Richards and Matthew Daly. Matthew Daly in that 77 car. And oh man, these guys are just racing hard. I think these guys are going to take pit stops like around rounds fail. I think they're going to take pit stops around lap 9 or 10. As we're trying to have a battle for the lead. Here comes Jack Richards in the 20 car. And oh man, we got trouble! Oh man, Brian LaFleur! Oh man, Jason Posadas! Oh man. Twin X Racing, number 51 of Brian LaFleur Jr. spins out in the front stretch, and that will bring out our first caution, as well as Jason Posadas. And leading him to the line was Jack Richards. Second is Lyndon Wright. Whoa, I tell you, Lyndon Wright, that 21 car is possessed. He started deep in the field, and look where he is now in second. Third is Alexander Jones. Fourth is Ralph Green, and rounding out the top 5 so far is Scott Bell. But let's take a look and see what happened to bring out our first caution of the day. And here is what brought out our first caution of the day. It looks like Brian LaFleur Jr., he gets into the pole sitter of Christopher Martin, and then both drivers, they came down onto the 5 of Dylan Poteet. And then Dylan Poteet, he ends up turning the 47 as Brian LaFleur bounces off the wall. And then he turns right in front of Red Bell. Dylan Poteet and Charles Jackson, they managed to keep driving on, and Tim Fogler, he missed it. But the 2 guys that got the worst of this were Brian LaFleur and Jason Posadas in the 47. Wow, the 47, he is off to a rocky start this season. He almost wrecked in the last chance qualifying race for the bus shootout, and he gets into trouble today. We're gonna have to ride on board with Brian LaFleur Jr. and see what he saw. Okay, here we are riding on board with Brian LaFleur Jr. He just hooked the 33 a little bit, and then he just gets taken out. Tim Fogel, he was lucky to make it through that. We're going to have to ride on board with him as well, because he was right behind it when this happened. Okay, here we are riding on board with the 27 of Tim Fogel. He was right behind us when this happened. I don't think he got into the 43, but that was still pretty close to call. Now here we are with one last look with the rear camera of Christopher Martin. Now luckily Christopher Martin, he was able to get away, but Brian LaFleur Jr. wasn't so lucky. It doesn't appear that Christopher Martin has any damage, and neither does Dylan Poteet or Charles Jackson. And here we are, back in Gatorade Duel number 1, and the drivers are coming down for pit stops, but one person is staying out. It's Dylan Young. Dylan Young is staying out. As you see everybody getting their services, Dylan Young, he's going to be the new race leader, but who's going to come out first here? Whoever comes out first is going to be in second. There goes Barney Ward and Aaron Williams getting their stops going. Then there's Jake Rogers, and there's the pulse to the Christopher Martin. And oh man, it looks like Just Gas and Go for the 88. Then there's Lyndon Wright and others. And oh man, oh no, Ben Ward, he was held up by Tim Fogel, and Christopher Martin, he gets out. And it looks like Jake Rogers, he has, I think he took a 2-tire stop. As Brian LaFleur Jr., he's still getting his service done. We're going to take a quick break, as the leader now is Dylan Young, but he may regret that later because he stayed out. We're going to have to wait and see. And here we are back at Daytona with 1 lap to go on the restart, and Dylan Young, he has decided to surrender the lead and come to his pit box. It looks like, I think it's Just Gas and Go for the 2 car. Yes, it is. He did not change any tires, so he's going to restart in 21st. Just Gas and Go for the number 2 Dodge Charger. This was supposed to be going to another break. So anyway, here's an updated list of cars. No one dropped out. Jacob Bell, Scott Bell, he took an extra pit stop, so he's at the rear of the field right in front of Dylan Young. So it's time for a top 10 rundown. Barney Ward, Lyndon Wright, Aaron Williams, Charles Jackson, Jack Richards, Cole Daly, Ralph Green, Dylan Poteet, and Scott Bell. That's your top 10. Oh no, wait a minute. I forgot. Fail. And Jacob Bell. That's your top 10 because it's still showing the 2 there. But the 2 took a pit stop. We are gonna restart this race on lap 8. I don't know if they're gonna pit again if the caution comes back out. I'm not sure. But Barney Ward, he's the race leader right now. And it seems like every race that we have here, Lyndon Wright and Aaron Williams, they're always running together. They ran close in the Budweiser Shootout and the Last Chance qualifier. They must have a little partnership going between Hendrick Motorsports and Wood Brothers. But we're gonna have to wait and see what unfolds as the pace car leaves the track. As we are having the restart here at Daytona, Barney Ward leads them off. Whoa, both Barney Ward and Lyndon Wright got good starts. And oh man, Aaron Williams, he's forced on the outside by the Bud Shootout Last Chance qualifying winner Charles Jackson in the 15. As Barney Ward, he's still the race leader, but his teammates coming up right behind him in that 48 car. And oh man, there's a little 6-car breakaway with Lyndon Wright stuck on the outside line. And oh man, Jacob Bell, he just made an inside line move. He's about to pass Dylan Pote and Lyndon Wright for position. And Charles Jackson, he just got on the outside as well. I don't know what Charles Jackson is planning, but he better think of it quick. As Barney Ward, he's still the race leader. And here comes some 3 wide behind him. Jacob Bell, Ben Ward, and Ralph Green. And oh man, Ralph Green, he's forced way up there. And Lyndon Wright, he's trying to find his right line. He doesn't know where to go. Any slow cars? Yes, there's Jake Rogers, Ryan Acosta, Christopher Martin, Alexander Jones, and Red Bell. And oh man, Brian LaFleur Jr., he's way off the pace. These guys are going 191 and he's going 178. Oh boy, he may be a benefactor for lap traffic later, but he's gonna start deep in the field for the Daytona 500. And oh man, so is Scott Bell and Dylan Young. Oh man, that 78 car is way off the pace as well. As we head back to the front, oh man, it's still all about Barney Ward. Hendrick Motorsports is running first and second. Ben Ward, he's coming in third. His 2 teammates, Trent Dunham and Jared Wakefield, they're both in the second dual race. So he's the only car from Earnhardt Ganassi Racing here. And look at this! And look at this 6-car tandem: Barney Ward, Aaron Williams, Ben Ward, Charles Jackson, Lyndon Wright, and Jack Richards. Now Dylan Pote, he's trying to get up in this mix now, but he has to deal with Ralph Green on the inside, and he just shuts the door on him. Let's ride on board with Dylan Pote as he goes to the inside. And Dylan Pote, he forces Jack Richards on the high side. That's going to give him the 6th position. As right now, he is on the bumper of Lyndon Wright in that 21 Ford Parts Motorcraft Ford. And Dylan Pote, he's trying to look inside. There he goes. That's going to force Lyndon Wright on the high side now. And Lyndon Wright cannot block him. Dylan Pote now gets into the top 5. Dylan Pote finished second in the Budweiser shootout. He wants to win the first duel. If he wins this race, he's going to start in third. But he's going to have to get the lead from his other fellow teammates. For like the last couple of laps, Aaron Williams, he's been pushing Barney Ward. But oh man, Ben Ward, Barney's older brother, he's trying to get into this mix now. What would it be like if the Ward brothers would finish first and second? That would be something. But here comes Charles Jackson. He's looking on the inside now. Charles Jackson, he's trying to go 2 for 2. He's trying to win at Daytona twice. And oh man, Aaron Williams, he's going under his teammate now. That's going to be for the lead. Aaron Williams take the lead, but here comes Charles Jackson. Charles Jackson and his Michael Waltrip Racing teammate right behind him, Jacob Bell. And oh man, Aaron Williams, he tried to put the block in, but he couldn't get there. And these guys are racing real hard. I hope we don't have another caution. And they're going 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Jacob Bell. Jacob Bell, he's being pushed by Tim Feigl and Jake Rogers in the 91. He's using his new Mopar scheme. That's his primary paint scheme for the season. As now Tim Feigl, he's looking for the lead. He's trying to rebound after that wreck he had in the last chance qualifying race. Here comes Matthew Dowley in the 77 Penske. And oh man, these guys are going 3 wide. Cole Dowley and Dylan Young, they're the only Penske cars in this thing. As Jake Rogers, he's the new race leader, and he is trying to block every line, but he shouldn't have left that inside line. He'll lead this lap. Here comes Cole Dowley and Jack Richards. These guys are racing hard. And coming up ahead of them, oh man, just at the exit of turn 2 is Scott Bell and Dylan Young. They're going to be lap traffic. As now we see Jack Richards taking the lead now. Jack Richards. Oh shit, we got trouble with Ralph Green. Oh, Joseph Lombard. Oh man, Jake Rogers. Oh man, he jumped through the grass and they're racing back to the line. Oh man, it's between Jack Richards and Lyndon Wright. I think we're getting set up for a green-white checker again. I'm not sure, but it looks like Lyndon Wright, he's going to be the leader at the line. Yes, he is. And Jack Richards is going to be second. Or is it going to be Dylan? Oh, I think it was Dylan. Yes, it was. Dylan Pulte, he's going to be second at the line. And I'm trying to see the cars involved. Ralph Green, Tim Feigl, Joseph Lombard was one of them, and Aaron Williams. Oh, man, he ran in the top 10 all day. That is not what he needed. But, yes, we have our second caution of the day, and it involves 2 Hendrick cars. Yeah, we're going to have to take a look and see what happened here as we have our second caution of the day. Lyndon Wright is your leader. Here's having to burn out our second caution, and I don't know what the hell is Joseph Lombard's deal. I guess him being champion is going to his head because he came up the racetrack, and then he gets into his teammate Aaron Williams, and then he takes out Ralph Green and Aaron Williams. He gets into Barney Ward, and then Ralph Green, he spins out. Oh, man. And Tim Feigl, he spins out in the back after he was doing so good. Ben Ward, he's driving in the grass, and there's Joseph sliding in the grass. Wow. Idiotic move number 2 by the season 1 champion. I don't know what his problem is, but he needs to get it together before the Daytona 500. I bet his Hendrick teammate Aaron Williams isn't going to be too happy with him. Joseph Lombard, he may have gotten hood by the 16 of Ryan Acosta. We're going to have to get some confirmation about that. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But, man, a tough break for Aaron Williams and Tim Feigl. And there goes Christopher Martin gaining positions that he needs to start good. Here we are riding a boat with Joseph Lombard. He just told his crew that he had a tire go down and the car got loose. There's a wiggle right there. He just got into the 88 of Barney Ward, and Barney Ward, he turned Ralph Green. So that's what happened to the 24, so that wasn't his fault. But man, that's got to be a tough break for Hendrick Motorsports. And here we are riding on board with Charles Jackson in the 15. This is what he saw. Wow, just beating and banging. This happened all in front of him, and he just hits the brakes hard enough to miss it. That's good driving by the 15 Toyota Camry. Now here we are riding on board with Ralph Green. This is really a good shot of all the cars that spun out in the backstretch. And there's a contact after he got turned by the 88. Wow, that's really going to mess up their chances of winning this thing. Now here's one last look of the incident. I guess Joseph Lombard, he had a right rear tire go down and he couldn't hang on into it. He just got into his teammate Barney Ward in the 88, and then that makes him turn Ralph Green. Then Tim Feigl, he got into the wall, and then he got turned by Jacob Bell. Then Tim Feigl, he turned the 48 of Aaron Williams, who was doing so good today. Wow, a lot of misfortune. Let's head back to live action now. And here we are back to live action, and we got a couple of takers coming down pit road. It's mostly guys that were involved in that caution. Jake Rogers, Jacob Bell, Barney Ward, Charles Jackson, Ben Ward, Jason Posadas, Aaron Williams, and Tim Feigl. And a couple of guys stayed out. Let's see. Ralph Green stayed out, and Joseph Lombard stayed out. I don't know if this is strategy or what, as we now go to the pit road camera. Who's going to come out first? And it's Jake Rogers just gas and go for the 91, and dead to the line between teammates is Jacob Bell, then Charles Jackson, followed by Jason Posadas, Barney Ward, Ben Ward, and Tim Feigl. He's the last one out. And our leader is still Lyndon Wright in the 21. We're going to take a quick break and see if we're going to be back for a restart or a green-white checker. Well, I was wrong. Here we are back at 1 lap to go for the restart, and here come more cars coming down pit road, and the leader is one of them. Oh man, Lyndon Wright, he got hit by Jack Richards a little bit, and also Jacob Bell and Dylan Young, they're taking pit stops again, and it looks like it's just gas and go for the 21 car. He's the first one out, then followed by Jack Richards, Jacob Bell, and here comes Dylan Young coming back out. I don't know if you guys are going to be still off the pace or what, but Lyndon Wright surrenders the lead, and our new leader is Jake Rogers. Yes, a couple guys took some more pit stops, and the whole field is just rearranged now. And by the way, Brian LaFleur Jr. he has dropped out, so unfortunately he's gonna have to start 41st for the Daytona 500. Well, anyway, it's time for a top 10 rundown as we're gonna get set for a green-white checker showdown. Jake Rogers, Charles Jackson, his teammate Jacob Bell, Jason Posadas, Barney Ward, Ben Ward, Aaron Williams, Tim Feigl, Dylan Poteet, and Ryan Acosta. That's your new top 10. The ticker's not exactly right yet because no one's a lap down. Green-white checker showdown for the finish. Charles Jackson, he's gonna try to go 2 for 2 after winning the Buzz Shootout Last Chance qualifier. He wants to win Gatorade Duel number 1 for that chance to start in 3rd for the Daytona 500. We're gonna have to wait and see. There's lots of potential winners here. Barney Ward, he's gonna try to get his second career second Cup Series victory. And Dylan Poteet, he's still trying to get his first. They're gonna have 2 laps to settle it. As the pace car jumps out the track, and oh man, they're 4 wide behind them. I don't know what the deal is. Oh man, I think something's wrong with Jacob Bell. As we're having the restart, and they're going 4 wide. Well, now they're not, but a weird start for the green-white checker showdown. And Jake Rogers, he is immediately pulling away, but Charles Jackson, he's following close. He's trying to go 2 for 2, and here comes his teammate in 3rd. Jacob Bell in the 56 car. And oh man, he's immediately catching up. It's a 3-car tandem. And Jacob Bell, he's looking inside. And Jake Rogers gonna try to block. And oh man, here comes the 48. Aaron Williams, where did he come from? He's trying to get up there. And oh man, here comes Jason Posadas, who's involved in the first caution. He's in the top 5 as Jake Rogers, he's still the race leader. And oh man, he's coming down pit road. Oh, cars coming down pit road. Jake Rogers, Charles Jackson, Aaron Williams, Red Bell, and Christopher Martin. Oh, they cannot make it on fuel as we are having the final lap. And the new leader is Jacob Bell. But here comes Ben Ward in the 42 and Dylan Poteet in the 5. Oh my gosh, pit stops are a factor. And Jason Posadas, he's stuck on the high side. And Dylan Poteet, he's trying to crawl back up there on the field. He's coming, but Jacob Bell, he's still going for the lead. But here comes Ben Ward in the 42. Will any of these guys have to pit? I don't know. Ben Ward, he's passing Jacob Bell for the lead, and Dylan Poteet's right behind him. Hopefully none of them have to pit. They're coming out of turn 4. And oh no, Dylan Poteet's pitting. But Ben Ward isn't coming towards the front straightaway. Winning dual race number 1 is going to be Ben Ward. Oh my gosh. Ben Ward wins duel number 1, and he will start 3rd place in the Daytona 500. Ben Ward gets it done. Oh my gosh. Coming in 2nd was Jacob Bell. 3rd is Jason Posadas. 4th is Barney Ward. 5th is Ralph Green. 6th was Jack Richards. 7th, Cole Daly. 8th place was Lyndon Wright. 9th was Dylan Young. How about that? He stayed in the back all day. Pit strategy is definitely a factor. And rounding out the top 10 is Tim Feigl. And he's got a little bit of side damage from that earlier caution he was in. Joseph Lombard ends up 11th. Scott Bell ends up 15th. Whoa. Well, why? Why did they say that Dylan Poteet Ryan Acosta and Alexander Jones dropped out. They already crossed the start-finish line. That must have been where they crossed when they had to come down pit road. But Jacob Bell, he gets 15th. Dylan Pote finishes 12th. That's got to be a real shame for him. Charles Jackson gets 16th. Aaron Williams gets 18th. Jake Rogers 17th. Red Bell 19th. And 20th is Christopher Martin. Oh, what a race. But there is your winner of dual race number 1. Ben Ward in the 42 for Earnhardt Ganassi Racing. His 2 teammates are going to be in the second duel. What's going to unfold there? I don't know. But we will see you next time for dual race number 2. Congratulations one last time to Ben Ward for capturing his first SEGA Cup Series victory.